Hi, it's Sandy Wiley. What I'm going to talk about this morning in this video is don't keep quiet. It's never too late to report abuse. Now, I got to plead guilty because I'm very guilty of this personally. There were news stories. I'm not going to bring out names or anything here because I don't want to make this political or anything, this video. About a woman that came out years and years later reporting sexual abuse over someone, um, in the news, someone famous, political figures or actors. And this is not pinpointing any specific person. But when they came out, I would always say, why did that person wait like 10 years? Why did that person wait all this time? I was always suspicious of the woman who waited so long. And I thought, is this, are they making this up? I mean, if this abuse really happened, why didn't they report it earlier? And I was very skeptical, and I doubt it, I didn't understand, okay? And I really feel bad about it because this happened to me. There's a lot of reasons why women don't report abuse right away. But what I'm trying to say is it's never too late. Never. And until I went through it myself, I didn't understand why these women waited so long. I didn't even really believe these women. I'm really being 100% honest here. I might have a lot of people coming after me saying things, I just didn't, because I thought if something really happened, if someone was really abused, they would report it right then and there. The waiting years and years and years later until someone else comes out to say something, I thought was phony. I'm going to be straight honest with you. Now I don't think that any longer, until it happened to me. When my psychologist, Dr. Richard Geist, abused me, he abused me over a span of many, many years. And I tried to report him, okay? I tried 2 separate times, okay? In 2006 and 2008. I recently have reported him now. I filed a complaint with the Division of Licensure in my state of Massachusetts, the Board of Investigations. That was the 3rd attempt over 17 years. Can you imagine that? And I finally went through and did it because I haven't seen or talked to him in a year and a half. That's why. But before then, he was brainwashing me. That's why I never reported the abuse. It's just like parents brainwashing their children, telling their children, if you tell people I beat you, or you tell people that we're having sex, you're gonna be taken away from me. Do you want to be taken away from me? See, they put all the guilt on the victim, so the victim is so frightened that they can't say anything. That's exactly what happened with me. I tried to report the psychologist on 2 separate occasions, in 2006 and in 2008, and he brainwashed me not to do it. It took a year and a half of physically removing myself from him, leaving him, blocking my phone, blocking my emails, blocking my social media accounts, and having all that time away so he couldn't brainwash me, that I was able to go through with the complaint. Now, that is the reason. I mean, even if these women don't have anything to do with the abusers and didn't report it, they could be scared for a lot of reasons. These people in power, like politicians or actors, they probably have a lot of weight where they can go after that person, okay? Because they have a lot of money. And remember, money is power. So these poor people are probably very scared of because they're in such power of what they can do. What will happen to them if they do report these abusers, because they're in so much power? And just like with my psychologist, he's a Harvard psychologist, He's 22 years older than me, okay? He, I think, ran the board, and he was one of the main founders of the licensing board for psychologists. It doesn't matter. It's just like, I'm not gonna go into it. Like high orders in the Catholicism, the ones on top. It doesn't matter. They're the worst perpetrators. But what I'm trying to say is, I was afraid to go up against someone like him, a much older man from Harvard, a rich millionaire who had a lot of power. He knew a lot of people and had a lot of connections with the board, you see? So he was in. He was one of the guys. It's like reporting a police officer. He has all his fellow mates around him to protect him. I felt defenseless. So the whole point of this video is to say, don't keep quiet, and it's never too late. It's never too late to report someone who abused you. I kept saying, even after I got away from him, this last year and a half, I kept saying to myself, it's too late, it's too late, he's going to retire. It's too late, too many years have went by, they're just going to laugh at me. That's what I said over and over in my head. I said, they're just going to laugh at me. Too many years have gone by. He has too much power. He still teaches at Harvard University. He still has a lot of connections. He gives speeches throughout the world, not only in this country, but in other countries too. So people really know his name, Dr. Richard Geist. Maybe you don't know him, but the people in those circles know him. And he has a lot of power. And who are they going to believe? Not too many people believe borderlines, do they? They think borderlines are messed up psychologically. So they're going to believe a man of power, of highest, prestige from Harvard University, who's like, 80, going to be 80 years old, to like an emotionally distraught woman. But I said, you know what? Even if nothing comes of this, at least I'm on record that I spoke. I had a voice, that I did something about it. So, that empowers me personally, because, like I said, if nothing comes of this, at least I didn't keep quiet this time. And this is the whole point of doing these videos. And it's the whole point. I have a YouTube, not YouTube, this is my YouTube, but I have a LinkedIn newsletter, okay? And I have over 1,000 subscribers. And it keeps climbing every day. I think it's 1,040 subscribers now. It just keeps climbing, I've only had it a few months. And then the subject matter of that LinkedIn newsletter is unethical psychology. The 20 years of abuse I've taken in the hands of unethical psychologists. And every day, just like with my YouTube videos, I'm, when I do something, I give it 120%. I do it constantly, not once in a while, not once a week, right? Not twice a week, every single day. I'm on there writing articles, and people are reading the abuse that I took. And now I went to the board, the licensing board in my state of Massachusetts, and reported this psychologist, because he no longer can brainwash me, because I no longer have any contact with him whatsoever. I haven't spoken to this man or written him or had any form of contact in a year and a half. So there's enough distance that he can no longer, mess up my mind. I had to. The reason why I waited so long is because before, he brainwashed me. When I kept seeing him, he had power over me. But as I left him, he had less and less and less power over me. So then I got stronger and stronger and stronger. And finally, I said to myself, you know what? It isn't too late. Who cares if they laugh at you? Just like when I do my karaoke, right? I have millions of people saying, you can't sing, you stink. This is trash, But you know what? I think it's pretty good, because it's not in the studio, it's singing raw. I don't even rehearse. I just do it one time. A lot of times I don't even know the song. I'm just singing a song I'm not even familiar with. I don't rehearse it. It's one take. It's raw. It's not in the studio with all the bells and whistles. You know, if you have a studio recording, anyone is going to sound really good. But I don't care, you know? So that's how I felt this time. I have to empower women, you know? I have to tell them that it's okay. Don't keep quiet, and it's not too late. Because I was one of those naysayers who said, "Oh, why'd they wait? Why'd she wait all this time?" But now I understand why they did. They were afraid. They were afraid because the people that abused them were people of power. They were afraid, you know, of what these people would do to them, right? Probably ruin their reputation, you know. Have them, you know, question them, call them a slut or something. I know I'm not a slut. You know how I know I'm not a slut? Because I'm a 57-year-old woman. I've had sex with less than 5 men in my lifetime. In my whole lifetime. Less than 5 men. I can hold up on one hand who I've been sexual with. In one hand in my lifetime. Now, if I were a slut, I'd have dozens and dozens of men. That's not true here. So I know what I am, you know. I've never had a one-night stand, never, okay? I don't just randomly get with a guy, you know. And like I said, I can count on one hand the men I've been sexual with. It's less than 5. It's only like a few, maybe 3 or 4. Very, very, only a few, okay? So I know what I am. No one can tell me different. They can't. Because I know me. They don't know me. So gather your courage and take it from someone who has waited, God, how long? It was 2005 when I first went to him. And I reported him just now, the last week, a week ago, 2022. From 2005 to 2022. That's how long I waited. That's a very long time. And he's near retirement too. So he says. He's still going to see people, the ones he wants to see. When he says he's going to retire, that means he's going to retire the people he don't care to see. Because he doesn't need the money, or, you know, he's too old to take on all those clients. But he'll still be there. He'll still be out there for a few select people. But with my filing a board complaint, that might change the game, see? But in any event, I come forward and speak because I want people to know that it's not okay, if you're a person in power, to abuse anyone, to brainwash people to stay quiet. That's what he did. He brainwashed me to keep quiet. And he failed. Finally, because I finally pulled away from him. And if I can do it, you can do it. And don't say it's too late. Too many years have gone by. They'll laugh at me. They won't believe me. They won't. They'll think it's me. They'll think I'm a slut or something. No. I'm telling you, I did it. And I just told you. It started in 2005, and I just finally did it last week, 2022, the end of 2022. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not a person in power, right? What am I? You know, I'm an author. I'm a YouTuber. That's what I am. I'm a mother. But I'm no one famous or anything. But still, I did it. And I'm glad that I did it, and I feel great about myself. And even if nothing comes of it, I still took a stand. And you can never, you know, downplay that. A woman that takes a stand, you know. A woman who feels empowered. So that's the video for today. I hope that I've encouraged you. If someone abused you, no matter if it was a parent, someone in a church, or, you know, a clergy, or a psychologist, or whomever it was. Don't think because all this time has gone by it's too late. And don't think you're defenseless and you can't do anything. You can, You can do something, and you can make a difference. You don't have to keep quiet anymore. Okay, take care till next time.